It's that boy Fred, host of FanView podcast. Tune into the NOTN app weekdays 3:30 for the FanView podcast. Go to NewOrleansTalkNetwork.com to watch more episodes of FanView podcast. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and watch.
Greg Monroe, tune into the FanView podcast. A lot of these young kids are missing. You work out, you have the skills, but do they translate? Or do you know how to translate all these moves, when to do them, when not to do them, when to just be fundamental? Because I think we're getting away from the younger players knowing when to actually be fundamental.
Yep.
It's a time to do certain things and have these skills. I'm not mad at it, but it's a time to just be fundamental.
Welcome back. FanView podcast. Y'all already know what it is. I'm that boy Fred.
G Sports back at it.
Coach Hurricane Head back at it again.
Boy. And again?
And again.
Listen, get subscribed, get locked in. FanView podcast if you're on YouTube. FanView podcast if you're on IG. FanView podcast if you're on TikTok. If you're still FanView NOLA if you're on X. Don't forget to follow my man G Sports.
You know it.
I can't help you if y'all need to rock.
25 subscribers, man. Give me that about 2025, man. 25K, man. I'm at 24 right now. Let me 25K, man.
I've been pushing.
Yeah, appreciate it, man.
Yeah.
Every little bit helps.
Every little bit helps.
Yeah.
Y'all already know we got another great special guest in the building.
West Bank royalty.
We've been on this basketball trend lately, man.
Yeah, we have. My dog, Greg Monroe, in the building, man. Needs no introduction. McDonald's All-American, Gatorade Player of the Year.
Yep.
2-time Mr. Basketball. Rookie of the Year in the Big East, his freshman year at Georgetown. I could go on and on, but Greg, man, appreciate you coming on the FanView podcast, dog, the fellowship with us.
Yeah.
Appreciate y'all for having me.
No doubt. I know you got a lot going on, expecting a little one soon, and doing the big three. So, man, I don't take it for granted that you took a little time out your schedule, man, to come on the FanView podcast, man. We always like to start our podcast, bro, talking about your journey. I know you grew up in Oakdale Park on the West Bank. Started off playing football, playing tight end, and then you ended up transitioning into basketball, getting taller, and you kept getting better and better, man. Take us back, man, growing up in Oakdale Park and how basketball got you to where you at today.
Just being in Oakdale at that time, nowadays I feel lucky, I'll say, because that was kind of the base of what started my career, my journey for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But to have the coaches that I had, and just the structure and what they try to instill in us as young as having discipline and understanding that it takes work. It takes working with a team. And so that was kind of base of, starting my sports journey. I grew up with guys that have pitched in the MLB. We playing together different sports. I grew up with Eddie Lacy, who was an all-pro running back.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So like that tells you the kind of, things that they're instilling in us. Guys understand what it takes from an early age. And so the talent was there, don't get me wrong. It was a talented group of guys, but I think we kind of took, and like that's the thing, I talk to these kids now. I think we took it serious at that age.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we didn't understand it back then, but we had pride. We wanted to be the best part. We wanted to be the best team.
It was a thing, I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, it's like, and you took pride in that. You know what I'm saying? Like, and we from, and because, it was more, it's your neighborhood. Like,
Right.
I could walk to all my teammates' house. And
Right.
so, like, it's a different kind of pride you have. But,
Right.
I think that just became a base from us, and we kind of just grew up in that. But, I couldn't ask for a better beginning and introduction to the sports world than, playing at Oakdale for sure.
And then as you transition from Oakdale to middle school, take me through that transition and how you started realizing, man, I probably could do something with this basketball.
Obviously finishing park ball, and then, starting to play AAU. I didn't really know how good I was till about 13, though.
Okay. So that's what,
About
8th
13,
grade?
14, 7th, 8th grade. started getting a little bit of notoriety. And I just got challenged by my AAU coach, to be the best player in the nation. And at that point, that really gave me some direction for sure. And trying to like really climb the rankings and really trying to hone in on being the best basketball player I can be. And so just started traveling. Same thing now, traveling, playing in these tournaments, just competing with everybody from around the country. And, just kind of built up some steam from there. So I was able to, I found out who I was as a player early, I believe. And I kind of just honed in on my skills.
So what made you want to stick with going to Helen Cox? Because at the time, Helen Cox wasn't even a high school.
With the middle school.
It was a middle school,
junior
right?
high, yeah.
Junior
high.
From I don't know how true this is, and you can confirm it on this podcast, but a lot of people were saying they were trying to get you to go to some of these private schools in New Orleans. And not go to Helen Cox. Everybody was like, why you want to go to a school that's just starting out?
Yeah.
Y'all ain't gonna have no seniors, y'all not gonna be able to compete in the playoffs your first year.
Yeah.
What made you say I'm gonna stick it with Helen Cox and we gonna figure this out?
Yeah, that was a question I was gonna ask.
Right.
Being from West
With that little bitty old gym.
Yeah.
I'ma say it.
We turned that out.
Right.
It got big
Real
fast. Man, I mean, we had we had just one. We all junior high, so just rising up from JPRD and stuff. A few of us went over there for junior high. We had just won the parish championship, and we just felt like we could build from that. We knew we could. It would take time, and the first year of not competing, it didn't matter to us. It was freshman year.
Gotcha.
Who knows? If we go to one of these, like if I go to one of these private schools, I'm probably still playing freshman. Playoffs or not, we played a full varsity schedule. So that year of development probably was better than going to one of these schools and not playing varsity at all, potentially.
But did you understand that at that time, or are you just listening to the coaches?
Yeah, I mean, we listened to the coaches. Like when the decision was made that we were going to switch to a high school, it was other players that we knew wanted to come.
Okay.
And that was a part of it as well.
Gotcha.
It was, it kind of like it opened up the district, district too. And so that's why it was like, nah, we could stay here, we could do something. And we kind of had our mindset long term. Like I think we did understand, like we'll sacrifice freshman year. If all of us gonna be able to play together, we'll figure it out as we grow. And so I think we did have that understanding as a group.
Talented group
the
too.
Talent, we understood that, and I think we understood that much. Like, we talented. Like, we'll be young, but it's.
Yeah.
I was a freshman. We had sophomores though, so I was the second graduating class. So we had people that were older than us, and like I said. But once we switched to high school, a couple more people came, and we were actually. I feel like the state championship team might have actually been my senior year. Might have been our least talented team.
Okay.
Out of all 3 years.
Gotcha.
And so like that's kind of like the thing with Cox. I looked at other places, but I kind of knew I wanted to be there. And like it's like nothing like we knew it would be ours. It's like that's the thing too. Like you're not looking up to nobody. You're not walking on campus and it's the guy that been here 4 years that respectfully should have whatever.
Yeah.
But you don't have to worry about that. Like you coming in from day one, this is ours.
Right. You said your whole legacy.
Yeah, and so we kind of knew that. And we kind of play with that chip too, knowing that we can really start a whole program. We had the opportunity really to be the beginning of a program, and so all of that kind of tied into it.
That's a good perspective.
Does it sting to you at all a little bit that it's not closed?
Yeah, of course. I don't think anybody wants to have that high school closed.
I ain't allowed. I'm not wanting to cut the gym, but to see all the
definitely, might want to coach there one day or something like that. It's definitely not something you want to see. I mean, not just for me personally. It's people that went to that high school too. That there's a history that's a part of their life and their growth too. So you never want to see it.
I asked that question. I know I asked Bo McCaleb about his high school.
Yeah, about Old Pair Walker.
Walker.
He feels some type of way.
Yeah, I mean, I ain't like it, but it's I understand the full scope of things. It is what it is, you know what I'm saying? But
Talk about being like the highest rated player at that time when you come out of high school, man. How did that feel for you? Like, what kind of pressures you had?
It was different. People we kind of related to today's world, and you got to remember this before social media,
Right?
And so this 2008. I graduated 2008. So this is the internet. But I mean, YouTube barely was existed.
Yeah, it ain't.
You know what I'm saying? Facebook,
just started.
Like all of this is just started. So you didn't have that. Like, if you followed basketball, you knew who I was. But it wasn't really that pressure of like living up to something. You just know like you got to go out and compete, and that's what I did. That's what me and my teammates did, high school and travel basketball. Like, and whatever comes of you competing and doing your best and playing as hard as you could, that's what came about it. And like that's how I looked at it. Like, I'm just doing the most I can, trying to win these games, trying to be the best player I can be, and that's what came from it. Like he gave me that direction, so I kind of knew. Like, he didn't ask me that. He knew I had a chance. He wasn't just asking me like nowhere, but it was like. It's kind of like, well, somebody asked me to do it. It's something I try to work for.
Right. In today's game, it's a lot different now. If you're a Cooper Flag, you just like all that media pressure. Mm-hmm. You go into a team like Duke or something like that, all that pressure just starting to follow you.
It's pressure, but I think if you got it, you got it.
Yep.
Like
I agree with that.
When you're a player at that level, even in high school, like, it's pressure, but you understand, like, if I got it, I got it. And I think he just exuded, like, he's good. He's gonna be really good. He's gonna be really good. And he's really good right now.
Yep.
And so, like, you understand it. You understand what comes with it. I think that, especially once you get to like junior, senior year, if you really
him,
like, it ain't about being him. But like, you at junior, senior year, where you're gonna end up at the least. Like, where you're gonna end up in the shake of things. Even if you're not like, even if I know I'm not gonna be number one, like, okay, I'm gonna still end up in the top 10, top 5, top 7, top 8. You know that. It's like, I can't drop that far. I will have to like stop playing basketball. And so like, like, at a certain point, you really focus on the next level. Like, okay, wherever I signed with Georgetown, wherever rankings fall after that, okay, because it don't even matter no more.
It don't matter no more.
Like, you did your job for that level. So it's like,
the stars stop now.
Yeah, okay, you did that. Now you're on campus. You back to being the youngest dude on the team, and so it's a mindset you gotta have for sure. But the ones who you see, who end up, rising to the top are the ones who push through it. That's it. It ain't, it's not a science. You know what I'm saying? They probably just push through a little bit more than the next person.
Yep. Let me ask you this, man. As a kid, myself from the West Bank, Fred's from the West Bank, when you think about sports when it comes to the West Bank, it automatically goes to football. And it's been like a talent-rich area. Yeah. But you graduated the same year as my middle brother. And so, like, for us, our generation, for the West Bank, the best player was Bo.
Right.
For him, it's you.
Right.
Talk about, like, being on that pedestal of West Bank legends. Like, just people that didn't, made it to the league, made a good, career for themselves, was still in high school. And how do you, like, embrace that in your coaching now?
Well, I try to get as much West Bank kids as I can. As far as that,
be homage.
But I pridefully accept that. West Bank get a lot of shit.
Yeah.
You get a lot of shit. So but I'm proud to be from over here. So, like, I feel like that's something I earned if I'm in that conversation. It's my people having that discussion, and that's what I know at the least. And I know how people from the West Bank feel about each other.
Mm-hmm.
I know we stick together.
Yeah.
So
That's
like,
fact.
you know, if I'm in that conversation amongst, you know, our West Bank people, then that's fine with me. You know, I know Bo. I'm a huge fan. I grew up watching him.
Mhm.
I know how great he was. So and there's other players.
Yeah.
You know, so there's a lot more other players. So, but you know, just to be in that conversation, knowing that, you know, even though it's basketball, they still had a lot of talented players from over here. Obviously, football is even more. But just to be in that conversation, you know, it's something that's humbling. But it's a great feeling.
Toughest West Bank team you had to play against?
Park ball,
High school.
high school,
About to put you on. About to see something.
my years,
Gotta be.
it had to be Eric, my years.
I thought you was gonna say Walker.
Nah.
Oh, I'm tripping. You're right. No, it was Walker. Walker was
Oh, yeah.
second. We played Walker in the state championship. I'm tripping.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about JP.
Yeah, Walker.
We played Walker in the championship.
Yeah.
That was our rivals for sure.
We had
What?
fell off by then.
Oh, yeah.
We had fell off by then.
Higgins.
Yeah, we was out about that time.
Katrina
Yeah.
kind of took y'all
But
talent
that-
away.
Right.
The
Katrina took y'all talent
Eric
away.
State Championship team, half
Oh,
of
yeah,
them
yeah,
was from
right.
Higgins.
From Higgins.
Oh,
Half
wow.
of them, half of them from Higgins.
Yeah.
So was the
Y'all-
coach.
y'all had
Aaron,
people-
Aaron
y'all
Collins was
all over.
to be the coach at Higgins. Well, at least to be the JV coach,
Yeah.
but he became the head coach at Everett.
Yeah,
Mhm.
you know what I'm saying? Like that took that hurricane just
Oh, it wiped them out.
Katrina killed Higgins.
Yeah.
They're still recovering.
Yeah. Man, I always think it's so important, Greg, when you talk about kids, whether you're playing football, basketball, baseball, it don't matter. It's so important to have somebody in your life to show you direction, help you develop not only as an athlete, but as a person in a sense. And I think, you know, your AAU coach, Rob Tillman, played a big part in your development with Panther Select. And, you know, I always like to give people like that their flowers. Talk about his impact on you and how that helped you so much, man, in your development through the years.
Well, he definitely brought like that fire that you needed as a player. And like he opened up our minds
Mm-hmm.
as far as where the game could take you,
Mm-hmm.
for sure. And like he just, you know, he gave you that, like, you know, I probably wouldn't get to the level I got if I hadn't played for him.
Mm-hmm.
Cause he gives you that confidence. He brings that energy. Like it don't matter where you at. You walk in the building, you gonna have to beat us. You know, we don't care who you got. We don't care where they from.
Right.
You're gonna have to beat this team. And you know, and that's something that, you know, I feel like I try to instill into my teams. Like
Mm-hmm.
you're gonna lose, but it's a way to lose. But it was just about like never being scared, not playing with any fear, playing with full confidence, you know, understanding your strengths. And he taught us how to play together too. When the groups we had, like,
Man, y'all had some talent on that.
yeah,
Select, boy.
yeah, we had a lot of talent, but guys understood their roles. I don't want to bash it, but it's just funny being on the coach's side now and like looking back and understanding like
What he was doing.
what he was doing, but just understanding like just the youth, and like we were just different. You know, it was a different world. I get it, but like I can look back and say like the kids,
Mhm.
we understood what we were doing at that age. You know, and he helped us he helped us understand what we were doing for sure. But he just like he made the world smaller for us for sure.
Mhm.
He made things that you didn't realize were attainable. He showed you that you could attain them.
And y'all had some good coaches too. Coach Wu,
Coach Wu,
Derek Jones.
Y'all
had some really
We had
good
some really
guys
good coaches,
that were
yeah.
part of that organization that
Yeah.
played a big part into that, how that team success was.
Yeah, for sure. We had some great coaches. I mean, you even got guys like Shane Kupperman that's been working in the league for years. You know, people don't know him though. You know,
Right.
been at the college level, been in the league. But just people who have real basketball minds that we were able to be around, you know, at a young age that actually understood the game and actually broke it down for us.
Right.
And so like I say, I as much hard work as I definitely think I put in, I was blessed to have
People around you.
people around me that just gave us direction. That every moment at every level, I feel like, you know, I had the right coach.
And I could see that's what you tried to do with your AAU organization, the Big Easy. Ryan Brock, was a winner.
Yeah.
Played with DJ at Brother Martin, won state championships, went on to play college, All-American. Bo, who we just were talking about. I know he ain't part of it this year, but he was part of it last year.
Right.
So he about to get a degree.
Right.
Shout out to Bo.
Shout out to Bo.
Justin.
Right.
Justin played with you at Helen Cox, played on the next level. Torrey Boyer played at Loyola. Like, you got some really, really good basketball minds a part of that Big Easy organization.
People that have been coaching. I mean, Bo had a long, illustrious career, obviously.
Right.
But Brock has been coaching on a college level, for years now. Torrey's been coaching on a high school level, but high level, high school basketball programs for years now. Justin was at JUCO for 6-7 years. High level JUCO.
Yep.
So that's more of what I want. I want these kids to know that we understand what's at the next level.
Mm-hmm.
We have people that understand what's at the level after that one. Then you have me who understands who's at the level after the final level. And so so it's like, I'm not worried about the tutelage or like the job you guys are doing, but it's just about mentally getting these kids to understand where we're trying to take them, and the things we're trying to show them. Like, they might not even understand it right now, but 2-3 years or next year for some of them, when they walk on into a high school practice, they're gonna be prepared. Right. And that's what I'm focused on right now, like developing them. And having them just understand the real basic basketball concepts that's gonna carry from now and through the NBA, or wherever you plan through the pros. And so that's what we're trying to instill in them and trying to get them to understand right now. But it's a process, man.
Oh, they teenagers, man.
And they a great group of kids.
Definitely.
Great group of kids. I definitely can't complain about that. They teenagers though, so you have to work on that.
Right.
But man, to compete, like, to be on my second summer doing this, to be hands-on with it, and actually being around them, like, it's one of the best things I could have, chosen to do, because it's just basketball still, but it's also, being able to direct kids and build up players and to see them at the beginning of their journey and wherever they end up, you know where they started from. So it's fun and exciting.
I think it's important too, though, bro. A lot of NBA players and former NBA players have AAU organizations.
Correct.
But they're not hands-on like you are.
I don't know how either.
And bro, like,
I wouldn't want that anyway, man.
Right.
And
it's like, to me, I pay attention to stuff like that. I remember one time that y'all had to practice at in the 9th Ward, the Desire, and like, you really was out there showing the big men on, different little techniques on how to play, the post game. I remember you showing up right before the Memphis trip to give snacks and water and juice on the bus, and you you wasn't able to come to that trip, but like, you really took the time out to come show up at the bus, put that stuff on the bus, and see them kids off. Like, what did you get that mindset from, man, to pour back into them kids and not just say, look, here, I'm gonna start an organization and y'all go play?
Well, first of all, I love basketball. First of all,
right.
So that's what I'm saying. It's not, you're not asking me, like, for me, for some people it might seem like you asking them to do so much to go in the gym and coach kids. Right. I don't look at it that way. It's easy for me, and it's enhancing my basketball mind. I'm seeing it from a totally different perspective. I've been playing my whole life.
Right.
So you see it from a totally different perspective. And like, yes, I know what I would have done as a player, but now you understand fully, like, what your coach has been talking about your whole life for real. But it's like, man, now I'm still relearning the game, not fully, but relearning through a different lens and seeing it through a different lens. And so it's a new challenge for me. It's exciting for me still. And like I said, to have a group of talented kids, with the right mindset, like, it's fun. You kind of work on things, you watch them and kind of see how you can build their games, each one differently though, because they all be individual players. Like, what one can do, the other might not be able to do.
Right.
You can work on it to try and do that, but you have to figure out, first thing you have to do is figure out what your skill is. Then build your game around it. And then there's a whole bunch of stuff after that. So it's like, I just, if I'm going to have my name on it, if I'm going to be doing it, I'm going to be hands-on. That's just how I approach it. Yeah, that's just how I would do it. Like, I wouldn't, like,
just put my name on it.
Put my name on it and never, and these kids don't know me. Like, nah, I want these kids to be able to ask me a question, ask me what I think about something, what I see in the game, how can they get better. I want them to ask me that, you know. And if you want my team, you know, that's what I would prefer. I wouldn't want to just say, "Hey, go play."
That's uncommon, though, bro.
Yeah, I mean, I know, I understand that for sure, but I wouldn't do that.
Right, I understand. Well, listen, we're gonna be right back, guys. We gotta pay a few bills. Don't go nowhere. FanView Podcast.
Now New Orleans has a choice. Download the New Orleans Talk Network app for your mobile device or listen at www.neworleanstalknetwork.com.
Hello, everyone. This day is declared National Still Body Day. People, it is here. It has arrived.
We have 2,500 bottles of this formula that's designed to give you what you need in terms of health, happiness, and healing. People have testimonies already. People have been serviced already. And now we want you to be a part of this blessed experience. Give us a call at 416-5256. Give us a call at 237-4000. And we have a bottle for you. And trust me, this will be the best investment you ever made for your body. You heard it from the truth, the whole truth, Dr. Truth, Dr. Kendra, Baby Truth. Now be blessed.
Step Construction is here for you with a brand new offer. We now provide affordable storage sheds. Stop wasting your money on overpriced storage units and portable containers. Step Construction can provide you with a custom shed that will fit your budget and storage needs. So contact Step Construction today at 504-340-5809 for your own personal quote. Let us help you take the next step at Step Construction.
All right, guys, we back. FanView Podcast. Greg, got a question for you, bro. You're the 7th overall pick in the 2010 draft. 2 big men get picked before you.
Oh, yeah.
Obviously, it starts off with Wall and Evan Turner.
Right.
But Derek Favors goes 3rd.
Right. Right.
DeMarcus Cousins go 5th.
Right.
You go 7th to the Pistons.
Right.
Who went 6?
Aminu.
Nah.
Aminu didn't go 6?
From Wake Forest?
Went to the Clippers. No, oh boy. We got picked before you.
It was Wall, Turner, Favors, Wesley, DeMarcus.
It starts with an E. I can't pronounce his name.
Oh yeah, Ekpe. To go to State. That's 4. Is it 3? You missed one.
Yeah, I missed one
though. I was supposed to go to Golden State. I was supposed to play with Steph. Still mad about that.
Yes.
So Golden State picked at 6?
Yes.
Yeah. Yep.
I'm still mad about that.
Yeah.
Oh, so
I'm
you
mad
probably would
about
have been Draymond.
Ekpe.
But a better Draymond, way better Draymond.
Totally different.
I'm saying
Me and Draymond would have played together.
But I'm saying, you see how they let Draymond rock out, like handling the ball?
Yeah, I would have been doing all that.
That's what I'm saying.
I'd have been playing like Andrew Bogut was when he was there.
Right.
That's
David
how I'd have
Lee.
been playing. Yeah, David Lee. I'd have been playing like those guys.
Gotcha.
Just like that. I'd have been playing more like them. Draymond would have still been Draymond, I believe.
Okay.
Could have had some hardware.
Yeah.
Boy, I feel so.
Oh, if I'd have played with them, oh man. Whew.
Oh,
Where they be running around.
yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, that was, so what you asking me, like,
Yes.
So am I mad about it?
Yeah. Look, you're not mad about that.
So when you're going throughout the process, you kind of know where you're gonna land.
You do?
Relatively. Yeah, you know. You know. It's only a few people that don't know. But you
So you
know.
want to be talking about just from a lottery standpoint?
Yeah, for
Gotcha.
sure. Like when you were going in them people that's going in the green room that you see on TV, that's why it's so crazy when somebody do slip all the way to the end, because usually like, I forgot, but I had a guarantee at like 11. Damn. So like, or 9 even. It might have been 9 or 11. But it's like, if he there, we taking him. Like,
Humbra.
yeah, so you kind of know. That's what I'm saying. Like, 3, New Jersey wasn't drafting me. I kind of knew that.
Right.
I kind of knew that. Now, Sacramento kind of was like, no, I want to say Sacramento. I think by the time draft night came, Sacramento knew that DeMarcus was there. They would take it.
Gotcha.
But Golden State was kind of like, I didn't know until like right before the draft. Like my agent told me right before the draft.
So they be knowing.
Oh yeah, they be
before the draft.
Come on, man. These agents be working, man.
So when the clock running down, you telling me they might have Golden State wouldn't have like, do we want to pass?
I mean, no, like that's what I'm saying.
For who they took,
at those picks, it's easier when you're higher.
Or you're higher. Then going way back in the
when you getting into the teens, into the 20s, then this team might take somebody. It's different.
Right.
But them first like 10, that top 10 or so, like it's 10 dudes that's most likely gonna be top 10.
Right.
Like
How scared was you? Because like the NBA does, like the NFL don't do this, but like you'll get drafted by the Pistons like you did, but then a trade.
Well, I wasn't scared of that because I didn't work out for the Pistons. The Pistons were never in play. Like I didn't like.
So it was a total shock when the Pistons.
On the low, yeah. Nah, for real. My agent told me like when my pick was up, he was like, "You're going to the Pistons," and so like I kind of knew, but it was a shock because I didn't work out for him. Like,
I've heard that before. Like teams will draft a kid that they don't even work out,
and that's what I'm saying. Like
the pros too.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
Maurice Claiborne went to the Cowboys. They didn't work him out.
Right.
But you think think about who his coach was. Think about who his dad, who his head, his coach dad was. The connections is they might not. Hey, we know we seen enough of great.
Yeah,
we won't.
Yeah,
but like we on they might have so many spots.
And so like after like Joe Dumars is the GM,
right?
So he drafted me,
Louisiana guy.
Yeah, for sure. Shout out to Joe.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
But he kind of told me after, like, man, we had saw enough. Like, they had
work out.
It was like we had came to see you. We played in the Jimmy V Classic when I was at Georgetown against Butler, in Madison Square Garden. And he was like, we came to see you there, and like we kind of like been tracking you ever since. Like it didn't really matter, like and that's Joe, like just having a basketball eye, being a basketball player, like
right.
Mm-hmm. You like if you and believe it or not though, it's common, but like how many people can't watch basketball and know like at that level? Like you're supposed to like if you're in my eyes, if you're a GM of an NBA team, you're supposed to look at a player and know if they got it or not.
Yep,
I would agree.
You're supposed to be able to watch a game, maybe 2, and right then and there, like okay,
because you're looking for certain traits.
Yeah. You're looking for certain skills, like. It's little things, like instinctual things that set them apart. That's what you're really looking for, because everybody, especially at like now, everybody work out. But can you translate all those moves to the game in the correct capacity? I don't think like that's what a lot of these young kids are missing. You work out, you have the skills, but do they translate, or do you know how to translate all these moves, when to do them? When not to do them, when to just be fundamental. Because I think we're getting away from the younger players knowing when to actually be fundamental.
Yep.
It's a time to do certain things and have these skills. I'm not mad at it, but it's a time to just be fundamental. And I think we're getting so far away from that, and that's a big problem in our game right now.
And that's why the kids from overseas taking over.
Let me ask you this, man. When did you know? Like, all right, I'm a lottery pick.
Freshman year?
Nah, because I went back.
Yeah,
I went back.
Yeah,
that's why you went back.
2 years.
That's why I'm asking, because like I thought your freshman year, cause especially the way the NBA drafts, I thought your freshman year was good enough to get you lottery, but like it was gonna be like.
Well, I don't know if I'd have went lower than I went if I'd have came out my freshman year. I probably would have got picked around the same pick.
You think so?
Probably.
I forgot who was in that draft.
That's one. That's
I'm
one.
telling you,
That's the Blake Griffin draft.
Yeah,
Seemed
that's Blake
to be
Griffin. The pick that
To be.
probably would have been the big man from Arizona that went to New York with the dreads. He went like 7.
Jordan Hill.
Jordan Hill.
Yeah.
You was better than Jordan Hill.
I would probably been that pick if I'd have came out, but I wasn't ready. I didn't even think about coming out after my freshman year. I just wasn't ready. I didn't feel like I was ready personally.
So like what was the mindset? Like how did, because I think that's what some people struggle with. Some people struggle with like the people that come around that try to invade your circle from
The money
outside looking in.
aspect.
Man, Greg, you 16, man, you go in the, but like
Well,
you had to.
I will say that part. Georgetown does a good job of kind of keeping us, kind of like
Protect.
And y'all bubble.
protected in a little bubble as far as like outside people having that kind of influence. I ain't have nobody in my ear. Like I don't remember nobody in my ear telling me to leave. Like I don't remember anybody. Like that's like that I would respect their opinion.
Right.
Like anybody
Right.
that was seriously like just giving me an honest opinion of what I should do. I don't think I
Thank
don't.
God you didn't go to Kentucky, boy.
I mean,
Nah,
yeah, that's a different time. They were decent, but
Yeah,
you wasn't
Kentucky.
people wasn't going to Kentucky at that time.
Right.
Yeah, Tubby had left though. They kind of had a little, but it was. I didn't have that,
Right.
and like it was just kind of like, man, looking at it, like I just personally, like I never even thought about it though. Like I
Right.
really was like, I don't think I'm ready to go to NBA. Like
And you
this,
was Rookie of the Year in the Big East.
yeah, and it was a gauntlet too when I was there. So that was
That's on the Big East.
that was that was the best basketball conference, if not 2, but 2 at the least. Best it was the best
Between
basketball.
them and the ACC.
Yeah, it
Yes,
was the best basketball
yes.
conference in the country
Yeah.
by far.
Yeah.
It was a gauntlet, and so but that's what I'm saying. After going through that Big East year, I was like, there's no way I'm going to the pros. I don't like how I feel. Like after this,
You feel like you still had some
yeah, I still had some things to work on, some growth. Had to get stronger for sure. That's what made me realize that it's a different ball game. So I definitely needed that second year. Now after that year, I was like, I'm not coming back to school.
Right.
No way.
Right.
Like and like rest in peace to Big John Thompson.
Yeah.
He came, like he called me into his office one day after my sophomore year. Because the freshman year, I think we had a conversation both times. And I think freshman year I kind of told him I wasn't ready. And he was just like, okay, well, just get ready to come back to school.
Right.
Like he was like, oh, right. Like he was like, oh, just get ready to come back to school.
Power.
Yeah, like he was like, I ain't even got to have you. All right, cool. Then go sign up for class. Probably told me something like that.
Right.
But to the same token, and then like, I already respect him. He was Big John, but this really made me respect him even more. After my sophomore year, he called me and had the same conversation. And I looked at him, I said, I'm ready to go, coach. He said, good, because it's time for you to go. And like that's what,
Right.
like, when he tells you it's time to go, though,
It's time to go.
it's time to go. Like, what I'm saying? That's exactly how the conversation went. I said, I think I'm ready to go. He said, good, because it's time for you to go. Like, he was like, I know my son gonna try and get you to stay.
Right.
It's time for you to go.
Right.
Like, he told me that straight up.
Job is done.
Yeah, so like, it's like, when he said that, you definitely like, oh yeah,
It's time to go.
it's time to go. Like, all right. Even though I was already feeling like that, but when he said that, it's like
It erased any doubt.
any doubt when somebody like that tell you that.
Because he done seen it all.
He done seen it all, but people don't realize before even though he wasn't our coach, he was in the gym every day. So I know he watched me
Yeah.
every day.
He know what you could do.
I know he know exactly what I could do. He watched me in practice every day. He watched all the games. So if he telling me I'm ready to go, then I'm ready to go.
Right. I want to rewind a little bit though, Greg. I kind of want to get some clarity of this, man, because it was a lot of rumors going around at the time when it was time for you to pick what school you was going to. Everybody said you was going to UConn. That's what I was hearing. Greg going to UConn. Greg going to UConn. That's what I'm just saying. That's what everybody was saying.
Oh, nah.
That's it.
And nah, if anything at the time, people thought I was going to Duke. Yeah.
Okay.
And you hurt my heart when you said Georgetown. I want you to know that, Greg. And I'm a die.
Where you want me to go?
I'm a die.
Well, see, that's why everybody thought I was going there because I said in the interview, like, I grew up a diehard Duke fan. Like, you know, I grew up watching all their games and stuff. And I mean, they were definitely in the runnings for sure. I met with Coach K.
I heard Coach K used to be in y'all study hall just chilling.
He definitely came to Helen Cox. Now, listen, it's crazy. I will say a lot of people definitely came on campus, man. It was surreal. When Coach K came on campus, it was surreal for everybody. Like, he really was chilling on campus though, like for like the whole school day, like just walking around Helen Cox, like no bullshit for real. Like it was him, but a few people did that though. They came and kind of showed they was interested. But I mean, it just once JT3 showed me the Princeton, it was a wrap.
Princeton offense.
Yeah. Once he showed me the offense, it was
based on what you do, your attributes.
Yeah, how I played, it was just over. Like I can't go nowhere else, you know. And then when I went on campus, me and my mom went on campus. By the time the weekend was over, you know, she was like, "What you think?" I was like, "Man, I want to come here." She was like, "Okay, I want you to come here too."
That had to be hard to like turn down Duke.
Nah, I canceled all my visits and everything. I ain't think twice about it.
Damn.
Wow.
You different.
Yeah, I ain't think twice
Different
about
breed,
it.
dog.
Now when you go somewhere, you know you're supposed to be there. I ain't like, we ain't need to see anything else. Like when I went to DC, I was on campus. We saw the city.
It has that kind of flair.
Yeah, like you know,
music, like you like get it.
yeah,
It
yeah, man. Like everything, all things considered, man. Like it was definitely like an easy choice for me. And I ain't like I canceled. Now looking back, I will say I would have took my visits. I would have canceled all my visits. Like looking back, I will say I would have still, even though I probably would have still went to Georgetown. Mm-hmm. I believe I still should have took the rest of my visits just to get the experience, just to say I know what was actually out there. Though I will say that.
At the time, a lot UConn had some players, and it was
that's why. Yeah,
UConn had some guys.
But like that's kind of like
seemed to be when you was coming out to beat was about to leave, right?
No, I played against him my freshman year.
Okay. He came out the year before. Yeah,
yeah. So he left after my freshman year, though.
Gotcha.
But I played against him. That's what I'm saying. That was played against him. I mean, DeWine Blair at Pitt, that team was...
With no ACLs.
No ACLs. No knees.
Still, you didn't know that.
He was a bucket at Pitt, dude.
You know, you had that Louisville team with all those guys. Terrence Williams. Rick Pitino. That's when he was had them rolling.
Yeah.
You know, I'm pretty sure that's what it got caught. I know. I know the dudes I played against was doing all of that shit. I know the dudes I played against at Louisville was doing all of that. For sure.
Right. I caught Antonio Blakely.
Yeah, they younger than me, so they younger.
And we got to run it about it. You know what I'm saying?
See, I was playing against like Earl Clark, Terrence Williams.
Earl Clark, yeah.
Like those guys.
Terrence Williams had so much athleticism, dog.
He was good, man.
He was good. I don't know why he didn't last in the NBA. No,
Samuel Sanders was on that team. He was in my class. He was one of the big men. That was Samuel Sanders.
Yep.
He was
I think he's like number 2 in the country at his position.
Yeah, he was definitely one of the best big men in our class. It was definitely like me, him. Ed Davis was like the 3 big.
Ed Davis?
In high school.
At high school, yeah. He went
BJ Mullins ended up ranked high, but.
And when you got the call that you was gonna be a McDonald's All-American, man, because, bro, that's like the mecca.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Talk about when you found out that you was gonna.
That was huge. I mean, that was at that point, that's the best thing you could hear. You know, and so when I heard that, it was I was just excited. Had the worst pick of the city of the year though for that year. We was in Milwaukee for my McDonald's game.
For real?
Yeah, probably the worst city they've ever been to.
Yeah.
But it was that man. I mean, to I actually got McDonald's Player of the Year. I got Winning Player of the Year from McDonald's. So to be a McDonald's All-American and to get Player of the Year, from that, it was like that was like one of the first things that really like you kind of sit back and be like, damn, like, you know, you get to the game, you playing the game. I had a terrible game though. My eye got bust.
But you know,
like the first quarter,
right?
It was tough.
The practices would matter though.
Yeah, I know. That scrimmage, I had a good scrimmage though. The scrimmage, it is the scrimmage before the game. People, if you're really into basketball, you know
that.
But like they have a scrimmage that like the day before the game, and that's where the scouts are. That's what the scouts really come and see behind closed doors, and they do it for both. Well, they did it for both games. The Jordan game was that scrimmage, like that scrimmage our year probably was crazier than McDonald's because it's a different mix for both. It's most of the same guys, but
you got a couple.
McDonald's has a different little way they pick their guys, and Jordan has a different way they pick their guys. So you're going, it's mostly crossover, but it's some different guys. But the Jordan one that year, that scrimmage was unbelievable. Right. I think we were at LIU. But to be McDonald's, like, to make it out with the guys, you've been competing against, you've been at camps with these guys, and to because that's what you're shooting for. That's everybody in the nation shooting for. You definitely want to be a McDonald's All-American. That's like the ultimate stamp for your high school career, for real.
I got a chance I started covering the McDonald's All-American game, the Jordan Brand Classic, around like 2015. So, of course, that was after you were selected and stuff like that. And I got a chance to really see how it really go down. Everybody think it's about the game. And that's why I was actually telling you about the practices. Yeah. Bro, the practices be so intense. And it's like all the GMs. I remember having a conversation, one of the McDonald's All-American practices, Sam Preston. He was asking me about Mitchell Robinson. He was like, where you from? I'm like, from Louisiana. He was like, tell me about Mitchell Robinson. And dude, like, he started like going in his notes, like,
you're gonna write it down.
I was saying,
you're gonna write it down.
Like, damn, like this really like intense.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. And so, a lot of people don't understand that them practices is really where you make your money. Yeah. It ain't the game. They be back on the plane for the game.
Yeah, facts. No, facts. That's true. Like that's that's when the fans come in and watch the game. They don't watch the game.
But I think one of the reasons why is because, like we alluded to this like a couple of podcasts ago, it's the roster size on the NBA compared to any other sport. It's the smallest out of all the professional sports. So you got 15 guys that you have to get right.
Yeah.
Any and every detail is going to matter.
At least 10. Selected. You got at least get 10 right.
Yep.
At least get 10 right.
For sure. If you don't, you're going to be looking for a job.
You on the unemployment line.
You got a bigger risk of failing.
Right.
If when, they say if you're a McDonald's All-American, it's probably a good chance you're gonna be an NBA draft pick, right? Why do you think there's so many that don't make it, Greg?
Oh, that's tough. I couldn't answer that. There's so many different stories. There's so many different factors to make it. You would have to know each individual person. How they thinking.
What they got around them.
What they got around them. Did they go to the right schools, the right situation? Like it's so many reasons why that can go wrong. Family things. You never know. Why. I couldn't tell you. It's hard though, man, because people like. A lot of people probably get to college, they're McDonald's All-American, get to college and stop.
Get complacent.
Just get complacent. That's probably the most common thing. They're
probably skipping that step.
Yeah,
they don't realize that they're here and they're thinking about the pro level.
Well, they've been getting. You can only depending on your talent level now. You can get away with a lot as long as you're just more talented than everybody.
Right.
But if as soon as that talent catch up, if you ain't really into it, you're gonna get left behind. Now if you're just more talented, you always have a chance you're just more talented than everybody. That happens. But you might have been able to get away with it in high school, but okay, you were more talented than most of the people in high school. You got this All-American tag. When you get to college though, it's over with.
Mm-hmm.
Like everybody, even if they weren't as good as you, they 2-3 years older than you.
Yep.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So they've been in that
physicality.
The physicality, the understanding of the game, because that jump, like every level is a big jump just mentally. The resources that people have, film, information that you're given, it jumps at every level. So if it's a player that has 2-3 years of just understanding basketball information, they already got an advantage. And so if you don't get there and work, you think that your talent going to keep on taking you through, you're going to fail at the college level.
And where I was going with this, right, and every basketball college coach we done had on here, Bo, Brock, all the talented kids as of late are leaving the state to go to these prep schools, bro. Back then, Brandon Bass ain't leave.
Nope.
You didn't leave. DJ Augustine ain't leave. Tasman Mitchell didn't leave.
Chris
I could go
Duhon
on and on about the kids that stayed put at their public schools and was still
Alfred Payton. I mean,
Alfred Payton.
You got. I mean, it's
right.
I don't. I mean, this a different. It's a different time. This is.
But our kids down here think they gotta leave to go to Finley Prep, to Oak Hill, to IMG,
right,
to be able to get to where they gotta get to. And I just think that's so far from the truth. Now, don't get me wrong.
It's definitely far from the truth.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. Can those prep schools,
boost you?
Help you far as like the gym access, the training, the national schedule, the exposure? Yes. But that's not the end all be all in my mind. I kind of wanted you to touch on, what we got to do in this state to be able to keep these kids at home where we can't let these prep schools come in from out of state and come take all our talented kids.
Well, we have to, I think, first of all, we have to get real basketball people in coaching positions. Like what I talked about, people that have been and played at different levels, seen different things.
Relationships.
Relationships. We have to unify, but still compete.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Like, I have my program, you have your program. We both still got to help each other uplift the kids.
Yep.
I think that's the biggest part that's missing here. Like, it's okay to compete, but if we really want, because you talk about a whole culture shift at that point. You know what I'm saying? You talk about something that's going to take everybody. It's going to take these kids, their parents, everybody, like to basically trust.
Yeah.
Trust you to get where they need to be. And I think they have a lot of people in position at schools. Mm-hmm. We definitely have good coaches, but I think they have to figure out how to work together a little bit more.
And I think they also probably got to manage expectations because everybody kid ain't.
Yeah, but see that's the that's the huge problem.
They better than with the old.
I mean, yeah.
Everybody kid ain't. Everybody kid. Yeah. Everybody kid ain't. What you saying?
I mean, you definitely have to be more realistic. That's one of the biggest things.
They ain't pro.
Right. And like the thing is some people think that you can get around like
hard work,
or you have to accept that they might have more talented kids than your kid.
Yep.
Right.
And so what you really have to focus on is how to maximize your kids' development, maximize your kids' potential. A lot of people would think that they see this person do it, this person go to prep school, that's what their kid needs. And your kid might actually need to stay in the high school he's at right now and get the maximum exposure and keep on getting development with somebody who's already been with them for years. You probably need to stay there. You like IMG, unless you are a top 10 player, you're going to be going into a situation where you're not playing.
Right.
Anyway.
And you're not, how can you
scraping for minutes?
Yeah, like, it's like you got a good opportunity and you really think that it's going to enhance, your kid's future, then by all means.
It got to make sense though, bro.
But everybody doing it, no. Like, it's no way that all the talent should be leaving by senior year to go other places.
I think with remedy that is stuff like what you're doing. You need people from the talent-rich areas, like Greg. On the West Bank. Alfred is known on the West. Like, hey, by the time you come back, I can tell my kid, man, you know who that is?
Right.
And Greg Monroe, #1 player in the nation, 2-time, Mr. Louisiana basketball, from right here. Right here. You go and play with him.
Right.
You go and play with him. See what it took to get that. Because I think what a lot of parents do now, and I've been coaching for a minute, and I've seen it, is they let their kids get distracted by the glitz and glam and be like, ooh, mommy, I gotta go there. And all right, well, go, son. And like, nah, you gave him the easy way out.
Right.
Stay your butt here, grind. If it's meant to be, it's gonna be.
Yeah.
It's just that simple.
Yeah, I can agree with that. But hold on, guys. Listen, guys, don't go nowhere. Got to pay a few bills. We'll be right back. FanView Podcast.
Step Construction is here for you with a brand new offer. We now provide affordable storage sheds. Stop wasting your money on overpriced storage units and portable containers. Step Construction can provide you with a custom shed that will fit your budget and storage needs. So contact Step Construction today at 504-340-5809 for your own personal quote. Let us help you take the next step at Step Construction.
Hello, everyone. This day is declared National Still Body Day. People, it is here. It has arrived.
We have 2,500 bottles of this formula that's designed to give you what you need in terms of health, happiness, and healing. People have testimonies already. People have been serviced already. And now we want you to be a part of this blessed experience. Give us a call at 416-5256. Give us a call at 237-4000. And we have a bottle for you. And trust me, this will be the best investment you ever made for your body. You heard it from the truth, the whole truth, Dr. Truth, Dr. Kendra, Baby Truth. Now be blessed.
Now New Orleans has a choice. Download the New Orleans Talk Network app for your mobile device or listen at www.neworleanstalknetwork.com.
All right, guys, we back. FanView Podcast, you already know what it is. I do want to ask this question, Greg. Man, you played over a decade in the NBA. The word is a kid gets drafted. The longevity of an NBA career is 4 years. What are some of the things that you would like to say that would give credit to how you played 10 years into the NBA? Like, what's some of the tools you think? Listen, this is how you.
Great pitch. Best in the world.
Gotta get that pitch.
How do you? What are some of the things you would say that can help people when they get to the NBA? This is how you can play 10 years.
Once you're there,
Yeah.
Well, once you get there, obviously the work is just beginning. Try to be a sponge. You know, that's one thing I think I walked in with. You have to definitely understand who you are as a player. We talk about being realistic when you're young, but you better be realistic at that level or you're gonna be gone. And so understanding, like, you know, because you're gonna get feedback from teams. Like teams work with players, no matter how they make it look in the media and stuff. And like, you know, it's a business, and trust me, stuff you don't like happens for sure.
Right.
Teams will try to put you in the best position possible to be successful. And you have to understand that how to take what you want to be and what they're asking you to be and kind of figuring out the best mix of that. But, you know, you just have to be humble. You know, you have to want to learn. You have to want to continue to get better. They have to see that hunger in you, but they also have to see that you're trying to be a part of something as well. You know, it's a lot of different factors.
Right. Taking care of your body.
Not taking care of your body for sure. I mean, but that stuff, that part is easy because the resources there, they're going to make you come to the gym. As long as you show up and you listen and you do what they ask you to do, you should be in good shape, you know.
You see guys go in the league, man, and you get there, and the guys had high expectations when out of high school, come out of college, they had these high-rated picks. I mean, you was a former 7th overall pick, but then you get here, and people think because you was a lottery pick that you about to be the man here.
Yeah,
and it don't work out that way.
And yeah, it did, and that all depends on where you go. Yep. You know, like sometimes you do get drafted and you get to that place and you are. And in my case, you know, I had championship winning veterans sit on the team. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I kind of had the opportunity to learn, you know, and and people, you know, shout out to them for actually trying to pour into the younger players. Ben Wallace was definitely vital in, you know, my development in the early years of just helping me out, helping me learn how to be a professional.
Yep.
Showing me how to be consistent as far as taking care of my body, coming to work every day, you know, how he played every night. And, you know, and there's other guys too. Tayshaun Prince was also a big help. You know, guys, like I said, they won championships, or a championship. And so they know what it takes to be a professional. And, you know, so having them early and kind of seeing, okay, this is how people who won a championship move, you know, that kind of gives you a direction. But it's a lot of things you definitely have to, take in stride and learn on the fly.
Right.
But it's also so much that they'll help you with anything. The NBA has so many resources that they understand that it's a big business. Your whole life is changing. They do everything they can to help you. But you have to definitely just be open to be a sponge. The easiest way to not make it in the league is just to not listen, to think you're bigger than the team, than the moment, than the league. If you think you're above all of that, then that's the easiest way to get kicked out, though. I will say that.
Let me ask you this. When I think about basketball, when we was growing up, most of the big men, most of the bigs was U.S. born players, the ones that dominated.
Right.
You know, you had your Sabonis's, you had your Hakeems, you won alls, but Shaq, KG, Tim Duncan, you know, the list goes on and on. Now when you look at it, all the best bigs are from overseas. What can this generation of bigs that's coming up in the States do to get back to that level of dominance, of just relevance, to where they don't have to, you know, take the back seat to the overseas counterpart?
We were just talking about this.
Right. That's
Oh, for real?
No, we were talking about this a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, it's a lot.
You can't tell me he can't do what Valanciunas doing. I'm gonna see it.
So listen, it's definitely a push for sure. A shift. It's something that's it's by design, I'll say, because that's the only explanation for it. There's still talented bigs, good bigs that can play, that can be versatile, that can do all the stuff they're asking them. Those, you know, these bigs that are from other countries to do. There's plenty of guys that can do it. They just aren't given the opportunity to do it.
Why is that, though?
It's a business, man. Like
global game. They want to play global game.
It's like, you know, like if someone was to ask you when David Stern was the commissioner, what was his purpose?
To make the game global.
No, David Stern.
No, Dave Stern.
David Stern.
To keep it domestic and he made it young. He made it like where you could get drafted out of high school and he tried to influence the youth.
He made it more popular.
Yeah.
Right.
He cleaned it up. He made it mainstream.
Right.
That was his purpose. Make it mainstream. Make it a cash cow. Adam Silver is already a cash cow.
How do I build on it?
What is my purpose as a commissioner? Because you have to have some kind of plan to get that job. The owners got to agree. Yep. They all got to know how you helping us.
Yep. How you gonna keep making us money?
Okay, David Stone got us here.
What you do?
Like, what you about to do?
That's a good point.
This has got to be the direction that he chose. We're gonna take it global. Personally, that's my personal opinion. I don't know, but like because it's still talented bigs coming out. It's still bigs that were already in the league that should still be in the league. But that's the only thing. Like, why were these two kids going 1 and 2 and you don't know who they are?
Right. Exactly.
Like, why?
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 It's
why?
Like, no excitement. We're talking about Bronny James on TV.
Yep.
Summer League has started.
They don't even know if they played. We don't know if they played.
You don't even know.
Right.
We don't even know if they played.
And then the Hawks get the first pick. Like, what the Hawks doing with this pick?
You think Trae Young wanted that pick?
No.
I don't know. I'm asking though. Like, no. But at the same time, this wasn't a talent-rich draft.
Right. No, it wasn't.
It wasn't a talent-rich draft. So like,
I'm in 2013 all over again. But
yeah,
I agree. I think there's 4 aspects of sports. You got the players, then you got the front offices, and then you got the league.
You got the league. Yeah.
And then I call fans and media.
The fans and media.
Right? You got those 4 sectors.
Right.
And I think that league office sees something different. Fans see something different. Players see something different. Front office sees something different. And it's all trying to figure out how to move in the same direction.
Right.
And then you got to ask yourself, how many players they got in the league? They got 560 players. You know what I mean? So how many international, in order to make this game global, we need a certain amount of international players. That's just what it is.
My only problem with that is that there's no other place for the Americans to go to get that same kind of level of treatment. That the international players are getting in the NBA.
The financial backing.
Yeah, the financial backing. That's the only problem. These, like, overseas is like it's a grind. It's still elite basketball, but the infrastructure is the problem. You know, the games, the players, the talent, that ain't the problem. It's the infrastructure that's the problem. And so, like,
it might take 2 months for you to get paid.
You know, like, you know what I'm saying? 2 months. Shit, that's good. You got a good
you got a good team.
No, not a good team, but you had a good little case if you got it in 2 months.
I'd have heard the horror stories.
Like it could literally take you years to recoup your money sometimes. Like, seriously.
Wow.
So it's like, and like you will never miss, and that's what I'm saying. That one aspect, you will never miss a payday in the NBA. Never.
Every Tuesday.
I don't know, but you can pick how you get paid, but with whatever day you're supposed to,
like that.
It's clear.
It's clear. It's in your account every time.
Yeah.
Like, that's the least of your worries. So, like, you know, you starting with there, like, you talk about people not even getting paid. There's no, like, and the NBA is the best league. It's not, I ain't gonna say it's no equal, but it's like it's nothing comparable when it comes to that. You know, EuroLeague is great, but the infrastructure is still it's not the resources, the money is just not there. The governing body is just not there. Yeah.
I mean, you could tell because you never hear nobody say, "Hey, the first pick for the EuroLeague is somebody."
I don't even know they have a draft in EuroLeague. I know China do, but I don't even know if they have a draft in EuroLeague for sure. For real. They can't because you're playing in multiple leagues.
Yeah.
So they can. In China you can because you're only playing CBA. So those countries you can, but EuroLeague you can't because everybody playing a domestic league. Some people play 3 leagues.
Damn. Cool. When you look at the league, right? I be trying to like put my GM.
But my bad. Before we do, I will say the transfer portal is messing up. Is a part of that as well, though.
You think so?
The bigs
part of the
not being drafted. Well, it's easier to go and get those kids because the kids are moving around so much. You can't really assess them properly.
Mm-hmm.
I got you. I see what you're saying.
I see what you're saying.
But, you know what I'm saying? Like, coming out, they probably have a guy on the radar, but if he go here, don't like it, he choose to go somewhere else. Now, if you aren't successful in 2 schools, you're off the radar.
I can agree with that.
Yeah.
You're off the radar. I'm telling you that right now. You could transfer once, but if it don't work out at that second school, and you try to transfer again.
Yeah. What I was about to ask, when I be watching how some certain NBA teams put a team together, I be trying to put my GM head and try to understand. Like,
You can say
how y'all going about putting this team together? Like, how do y'all really think that this is going to be set up for success, right? And I tell my partners, my friends this all the time, bro. I say, I think only 30% of the league trying to win. The other 70%, they just trying to make sure they profit.
30 might be
20?
generous. 30 might be generous, man. That's the part of our veterans can't get a job though.
Right.
That's like what you're saying. Like it's not enough teams trying to win, and as you see, the teams that win are veteran teams.
Exactly.
Like
and put together the right way, like
the right way. Yeah. Celtics,
built in the draft, and like they Lego block it. I like, all right, I got this wing that can do this. Well, let me get a wing that can do that. Yeah. All right, now let's get a big that can do this and that, so they don't have to get in here.
You trying to tell me the Washington Wizards not trying to win?
No.
Hey, do you remember when we was still going?
What about the Charlotte Hornets?
When we were still going live, and the Rockets had traded for Westbrook.
You almost blew a lid.
I'm a Rockets fan.
You almost blew a lid.
I was very upset.
Where he came from? DC.
He was coming from DC.
Yep. He shouldn't.
He came from.
He had a good season in DC.
He shouldn't have left DC though. I think that'd be something he regret.
Yes.
I think that'd be something he regret. He shouldn't have left DC.
Right.
No, actually, hold on. He got traded from Houston to DC for Wall. He got traded from OKC.
I was trying to figure out how
he got traded from OKC.
He got traded from
OKC to Houston.
Yeah. I think you're right.
It was the deadline show that we were doing, and it was like one of the last trades that happened.
Westbrook got traded from OKC to Houston. He got traded from Houston to DC, and because him and Wall got traded, their contracts matched up similarly, and so they both swapped.
Yeah,
I think he should have stayed in D. I think he had a good stint.
He should have stayed. He should have stayed in DC for sure. I think.
Yeah, but
he should have been patient and let him build it out around him and Brad.
Right. But my question to you is, if you putting your GM hat on, how do since you played 10 plus years in the league, how would you go about putting a team together that'll be set up for success to be able to compete for championships?
Right now?
Yeah. Because I just don't be knowing what some of these teams doing. Hey, what y'all doing?
I would you definitely need a two-way wing.
3-and-D?
Nah.
Or just
you need like a two-way guy like
Paul George,
Jaylen Brown. You need one of those guys. The Clippers were trying to do it, with two of them. They just can't stay healthy.
Yep.
You need one of those guys at least. You need somebody that can stop somebody, but also get you 20, 25. You do need a 3-and-D at least on your other wing for sure.
Point guard, you score or flow general?
Well, that depends on what your wings are. So like Boston, like you don't need a real true point guard. That's why they get away with those guys kind of handle the ball.
Derek White and
but Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown kind of handle the ball. You want the ball in their hands. You can have a different type of wing where they don't want them handling the ball the whole time. So that would kind of determine how I pick my wing. You definitely need a big that can do multiple things, but it don't have to you don't have to play like Jokic,
right?
And B is totally different. But B gonna score 30, and he gonna rim protect.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
He can pass,
and he gonna pass when he need to, but he gonna score 30. And he gonna rim protect, huh?
And he gonna miss 20 games.
Yeah, I mean, I don't like that either. But I mean, that's part of their bodies. Yeah, it's a part of it. You know? You need a big man that can do multiple things. Whether it's like I said, you definitely want to be a rim protector for sure. Unless your 4-man is. That's what I'm saying. It's the players you gotta have. You gotta have a rim protector. You gotta have shooters, multiple shooters. And defensively, you have to be versatile.
How big on you on the big being a rim runner?
That's what I was about to ask.
That seems like the biggest thing right now.
Me and somebody, I wouldn't mind it. Like I wouldn't mind the athletic big because that's what I'm saying. If he's a rim protector and like he's a live threat and he's running the floor, he's putting pressure on the rim, then our other players would be doing other things. If he spread the floor, three, kind of post up, need the ball at the high post, and I'm gonna need a forward man that's gonna be around the rim. That's gonna be, but you need certain things like Boston. Porzingis, rim protector, spread it.
Right.
You can't leave none of their starting five.
You can't leave none of them.
No.
Yeah, that's Brad. Brad just straight. Brad just straight. We gonna be better defenders and we just gonna outshoot you.
I thought the difference in the finals was what you talking about, right? So Lively and Gafford, they can't shoot.
They can't shoot. They rim runners.
So they spread you out. If Gafford in the game and you on Porzingis, now you're away from the rim,
right?
Which gives Jaylen Brown and Tatum them gaps to be able to get to the rim and score the ball. I thought that was the difference in the finals.
I played with Jason Kidd, so he a little bit more old school when it comes to his bigs. He definitely wants just like that live threat, that rim runner, because he wants his superstars to be able to get easy, like either this stuff that takes pressure off him easily. Mm-hmm. So like when Luka gets in the lane, he wants, if he needs to just be able to throw it up to somebody. That's why he like Luka.
Right.
And he want those guys to protect the rim and rebound. Run the floor. If you're gonna get early buckets, you run out, get those lives, get those dunks, get on the offensive boards. He kind of a little bit more old school.
Yeah, because he played in a different time. Yeah. He played in a different time.
And he knows that's how he was successful though. Like playing with Kenyon Martin and things like that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Jefferson and Vince being able to just kind of play in this space and
right.
He knows that can be effective, but that also opens up because when you put so much pressure on the rim, that's when you can find shooters.
And even when they won the championship, Tyson Chandler.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying. That's he knows that's the formula, and that's what I'm saying. If you get a guy like that,
right,
then in turn, you talk about a championship team, you can have a four-man like Dirk who you can say, you know what, I just need you to score.
Yep.
I just need you to go out there and be a killer, just score. Nothing else. Jason Terry going to shoot or whoever. Barrell going to run around. He going to penetrate. That's what we need him to do.
Yep.
Deshaun Steven going to guard.
3-and-D.
Like
Sean Marion,
3-and-D.
He going to stick your best player.
He going to guard your best player. One through floor. He going to score off of he going to score outside of the offense.
The hustle.
He going to score. He going to get a steal. He going to run out.
We got to call no plays
kick out.
None.
Offensive rebound, kick out. He going to make that three.
Transition.
But it's the defense, it's the shooting, and it's the rim protection.
Right.
Those are the things that
I thought Miami last year had a lot of that. Not this season, but the previous year. Mm-hmm. When they made it from the AC to when they made it to the finals.
But they ain't have a true so I think Bam has been playing out of position. I think Bam is he plays the 5 because he has to play the 5, but I think
not anymore. They just got
they
just got. I like what they got too.
They just drafted the kid.
They drafted the kid.
They
drafted the kid to play center so Bam can go to.
They drafted Flanagan from UConn.
Nah,
no. We got the African from Baylor.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep. Pelicans. Yep.
They got the kid from Indiana.
Yeah.
Good.
Okay, yeah.
I like him.
And Edie went to the Grizzlies.
Grizzlies.
Yeah.
That kid from Indiana in that Miami Heat program, he's gonna be good because he can shoot it though. That's what people underrate.
And see what the Pelicans did.
I was about to
like I say, it's such a trendy. We live in a trendy world. They see what the Mavs did with Gafford and Lively, and when it got the kid Missy or they kind of.
But see, if that's the case, they should have never let Jackson Hayes go.
I said that.
Because
I said that.
You just drafted
a replacement.
We take Jackson Hayes.
But they drafted a replacement Jackson Hayes. You hit it right on the head. That's what this kid is. He would be good though, and he's what they need. Valanciunas don't play like that.
Right.
Valanciunas. I know he gone, but I'm saying he don't
ball screen.
Yeah, he don't play like that.
That's not how he plays.
Yeah.
That's why you saw at the end of the games, Larry Nance was in the game.
Yeah. And that's what I think that they figuring out what to do. I will say one of the most underrated moves of this offseason might be us. Well, I can say us. I don't play for them, but the Pelicans get DeJounte Murray without having to lose Brandon Ingram.
By having to use BI.
And people not talking about that. People so focused on acting like BI want to be gone, but if I'm the Pelicans, I ain't doing nothing.
I said, man,
I'm not doing nothing.
He's the only one. He's the only
we gonna figure this out.
I'm not doing anything.
We gonna give him his max.
Man,
Hey, so last year when Jaylen Brown shit the bed in the finals, what everybody was saying, man, get rid of Jaylen Brown.
300.
Break it up. They need to break it up. Don't pay him the max. They pay him the max.
They can't play each other.
What Brad Stevens came on and said, man, look, I believe in these guys. I'm gonna stick with them. We're gonna figure it out. We're gonna pay them. We're gonna get through this. What happened? Championship. Man, you gotta pay Brandon Ingram. You can't just let him.
Listen, when I'm having these conversations with people and they want to get rid of players, it's a 20-point per game player.
Yes.
Who are you getting back, man?
21 too.
Like, it's okay. You don't want him to be here no more as a fan or whatever. And you looking at it, this your team. Okay, you don't want to play here no more. Okay. Who you getting back? Because that's 20 points that you just want to walk out the door. And you don't find 20 points a game.
Don't tell me nothing about no first round pick. You don't know what that's going to be.
You don't know what that's going to be.
But then also, I look at it too. It's like, I look at the frame of the 20 point. Like, if you tell me, like, all right, that's Trae Young. And we trade him away, like you get some pieces back, like I can stomach that a little better. But then you tell me somebody who got a wingspan of a 7-footer,
score at all 3 levels,
and
6 runs,
and unselfish. Like you don't hear nothing bad about BI. You don't hear nothing bad about it.
I don't want him going. First of all, I'm not one of the people that be like. I'm not one of the people that be like they need to get rid of him. That's why I'm saying like. The fact that they were able to get DeJounte Murray over here and not have to trade him, you still have him on your books. Like
you still got Herb Jones,
Trey Murphy.
You just
Alvarado.
Like
only person you lost was
okay. So like the Mavs are in the finals. Okay, there's Kyrie and Luka.
Right.
But if you look at the rest of that team, the Pelicans stack up.
Correct.
If you talk about the 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th player.
Yeah.
Okay, 1 and 2, the first player.
Cancel out.
2, yeah. But we said who the 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th. The Pelicans gonna have the rest of that. And so like I think people like they not that far.
I would say the only reason why I was on it first, not because I think he's a bad player. I think BI, you can't replace that.
Right.
But the only issue I was seeing that when you have young up-and-coming players and you're fighting for minutes,
right?
That's the only concern I was having. It's like, okay, well, Trey Murphy's coming up and he's playing great basketball. At some point in time, for him to get to be a better player, it requires 30 minutes a night. You can't keep telling the guy one night you're going to have 30, the next night you're going to have 15. Right. He's a younger player. And so Herb Jones is like a real wing to me. So I'm asking,
so my question is,
how you going to divide the minutes?
What do y'all think about CJ?
I think CJ needs to be off the ball.
I think he will now.
He better off the ball.
DeJounte gonna have the ball now.
Correct.
I think he will now. They didn't have nobody to do that.
They had nobody to do that. But now what I think is, okay, you got to ask yourself a real question. Now, does he start?
Who?
CJ.
Yeah.
That's the question I have.
I see the face. I see the look.
That's the question I have.
Yeah.
You know, I ain't never even think about that, but.
I think
that's the I mean,
Zion. Now at the 5,
I'm starting Herb
from Baylor. No, I'm bringing Herb off the bench.
That's a bad idea. No,
for me,
first team all defense. No way.
He starts.
I would treat
He starts.
He starts.
And that's my thing.
I would treat CJ like Dallas treated Jet. Have him like he's gonna have a good ton of minutes, but
we need you to come out.
I need you. To, I need.
I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that.
You still gonna get your
with that setup
and all that stuff.
Because it could be able to go DeJounte,
Herb, BI,
Trey.
That's long,
man.
It's a lot of length.
Like, switching everything.
And like, Zion in there yet? You still ain't put the
like so really too. Because Zion got to play.
Yeah,
right. Yeah.
People better chill on him. They better get him healthy.
Yeah,
better stop playing with Zion, man.
Yeah,
but that's the only issue I think that I was raising. I'm looking at some point in time you could have a lot of talent on one NBA team.
But if they working together, it works.
It works.
You got to be competing for championships though. You got to be competing at a high level,
right? Because
that's the thing. You get away with it when you playing into May and June. when you planning into May and all of that, it's cool.
It's cool.
But
when you're losing in April,
if we go home in April and you're out, like
the conversation starts to talk.
Yeah, it's different.
And I think that's where I as a fan, I want to pay BI. The issue I was having is you don't find another 20 point. You can't replace that. But he's not an All-NBA player.
Right.
He's not a former All-Star. He is a former All-Star, but not a current All-Star.
Right.
So when you start asking those financial questions, I understand because you say, but when people talk about Jaylen Brown, you was talking about an All-NBA player.
Right.
That's the difference.
Right.
Jaylen Brown was
he was still All-NBA.
He's still an All-NBA. It's like,
player,
nah, you got to pay that.
But like Greg was saying, who do you replace?
Man, I'm with him. I'm scratching my head.
I think that they like a player away here. I like the group of players they have here for sure. Zion has to be healthy.
Right.
That's that's the most important thing. Clearly, he has to be healthy. But if they lose in the second round this year, like
with all that talent.
But I'm saying if Zion plays and they hey, get out the first round, they lose in the second round, like are people having these same conversations about them?
Right. I think if they get out of the first round, I think people have a little relief.
They ain't enough.
It's not.
It's not enough.
However,
that roster too talented to
I agree.
Be content with a second round.
I agree. But when you haven't been there and you haven't done it, at some point in time,
that's what I'm saying. This year was the year they needed Zion. I was hoping Zion played. They needed to get to that second round.
They needed to take a jump like the Timberwolves.
Yeah, exactly.
It was like, all right,
get to the second round. Let's see.
Right, all right.
Timberwolves was healthy.
Because
that's
if the Pelicans, if everybody healthy, and the Pelicans played the Timberwolves in the second round.
Yeah.
That's that you
got
got
you probably have
you know what I'm saying, like
in the playoffs.
And you can say, but that's the thing about the Pelicans. You can say that with a lot of teams if they matching up with the Pelicans. You know what I'm saying? So it's just about keeping them healthy.
Yeah.
But I mean, they gonna have to figure it out. But I think they right there. But I think that really keeping BI this summer and not having to just.
But here's the consideration, right?
He won 4 years, $208 million. Pay the man.
If let's say you play out this year,
I don't know that. Give him 3.
Yeah, well, he won 4.
2.
Give him 3.
I mean, you got to compromise. Give him 2 in an extra.
But you know that's why George and the Clippers.
Give him 2 in the option.
No, but that's
not the same.
But it's not. But Paul George said that's why he left.
But they offer
Paul. Just respect it.
They offer Paul George 2 years, $60 million.
Right. But see, Paul George is comparing himself to somebody who he basically played more than at that point, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Like in a Clippers uniform.
Correct.
And so and the production is pretty much equal.
Correct.
And his argument was they kept saying he wasn't durable, but he said I played the most games in the last 4 years. I played, games
to somebody who's also there.
Right.
And it's like, what?
Yeah.
That's
you know what I'm saying?
They dropped the ball.
They
dropped the ball.
Yeah.
That's the only
because why didn't you pay him?
Well, they kept going up and up. Every time they got back to the table, they kept going up on the money. But he felt disrespected ever since the beginning. I think he said negotiations started in February.
Oh, so he just wanted to leave, basically.
But I don't know.
He said he didn't. He said he didn't.
That's home for him.
He said he didn't. I don't know.
I think once they got Harden and all this other stuff.
You got all that money you got, man. Anywhere could be home. Yeah, it's home. Yeah, it's a hometown, but anywhere could be home. You living like them, bro.
Right. Real talk. I do want to ask you about this, man. Man, you with the big 3, man. Something that Ice Cube started a few years ago. The 3-headed monsters. You playing with one of the funniest motherfuckers in the podcast space right now, Jeff T.
Right.
God damn, he funny.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Club 520.
He'll be chilling. He don't really be talking. Right. Yeah.
But talk about that experience, man, and playing in the big 3, man. You've been doing your thing, so I've been watching it.
Yeah. I'm definitely happy I made a decision to play in it. First of all, shout out to Ice Cube.
Yeah.
Like to put that together. It's beautiful. They're on this 7 years, so they've been running for a while.
Mm-hmm.
But like, it's beautiful to see. I mean, just to still be able to compete with guys I competed against.
And it's so competitive.
Yeah, it's so competitive. You know what I'm saying? Everybody still got a competitive. They got that drive. People take it serious, man. It's a dope league. It's a dope experience, how they set it up. But I will say, I tell people, man, if you ever get a chance to go to it live in person, you definitely should. The in arena entertainment, the whole setup is dope. And so, like, if anybody has a chance, you know, to go and see it live, if you're ever in the city or it's coming to your city, you definitely should take an opportunity if you can to go and see it, because it's a dope experience. You know, if you're a real basketball fan, it's kind of like players that you've been watching forever.
Yeah, like seeing Joe Johnson hit the game winner.
Right. You know, it's
Like, so Joe, I want to see it.
right. You know, because everybody, like, you know, everybody ain't with this new NBA. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? And so it gives them opportunity to see guys that they're used to seeing, names that they know. Still competing, playing against each other. You know, it's a great experience. I'm happy I made a decision. I've been on and off for a couple of years, but finally making the decision this year, I'm happy I did.
I know you were saying like next year you kind of want to have your own team, though, right?
Yeah, I definitely. If I could have an opportunity to be a captain next year, I definitely want. Now that I know, you know, I didn't want to do it my first year. Honestly, they were asking me, and that was kind of like hit and miss in the beginning. But you know, I'm happy I ended up on the team I did. But next year, I definitely, now that I know how everything go, I definitely want to be a captain, because I got some calls I want to make.
Right.
I got some calls I want to make.
Right.
Get some people big out there for real.
Man, before we get into Greg's favorites, man, talk about your sneaker ball gala, man. That's coming August 2nd, man. I'm gonna make sure I'm in attendance, man. I gotta
appreciate that. Yeah, definitely come.
I know you and Brock gonna come with it.
I'm gonna come out. I'm gonna go in the closet now. I'm gonna go find something.
But kind of speak on that, man, and what went into that.
So we've been doing a gala. It hasn't been a sneaker gala.
Okay.
But I've been doing it. So it's all based around the scholarship program that my foundation has been doing really since I was drafted. It's been 10, 11 years. It had some COVID years. We kind of you know, had to slow down and stuff, but it's the Greg K. Monroe Foundation. It's the annual sneaker ball. Man, I need to know the hotel. I think we switched. Let me see real quick. Let me check it.
Greg, you're bad, baby.
Yeah, I know, right.
Bad.com.
But I do got it right here.
Gotta make sure I got on point that night, man.
So yeah, we had the Marriott and the Warehouse Arts District Marriott.
Okay.
You know, August 2nd. Just come out. It's, everything is for obviously the scholarship program, and we also doing some other things, filling the backpack. Kids are starting to go back to school, and so it's something, like I said, it's something that my foundation has been doing for over a decade now. Just trying to, you know, encourage kids to further their education in college. So it's not a full scholarship, but we raise money, do whatever we can, whatever they need to get into school. And it's something that we've been doing. The ball is always beautiful. It's always great to help kids who are, you know, trying to go to college. And like I said, just furthering their education was something that, you know, even though I played sports, I took serious. And just a way that, you know, try to give back to the community. Beforehand, I would always do at least a couple kids from my high school and then a couple other kids around the city. But obviously now, you know, we have kids from all over, so it's always a fun thing. It's always good to see kids from here all over the city moving on and going to college. So if you can, definitely check it out. August 2nd at the Marriott in the Warehouse District. It's a good event, cool. Just come out, have a good time, and just have a good time for a cause, really.
Oh, dope, man.
Put on your best suit, though, and pull out your best sneaks, man.
You know it. Me and Norman was talking about it, man. I gotta improvise on this one.
I'm not really not. I gotta think about what I'm wearing, man. I put out the Kawhi ones last year. I be trying to wear stuff that I know people ain't got.
Yeah, I was just about to say I wouldn't have expected that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They made it right before I got off the brand. That's what I'm saying. Now, I got 6 years of being a Jordan athlete, y'all. So don't think like
right.
And they got the sneakers.
Got some sneakers now.
The sneakers.
Got some stuff. They was all free too. So
What's that you wear?
Fitting.
Damn. My feet bigger than yours.
What, you 16?
Yeah, man.
Oh yeah.
Don't make something to your boy, man.
Damn.
You might have one in there. I might have wanted something. That's all they had.
Right. Now we got to get into Greg's favorites, man. Here we go. Favorite hoop of all time, no matter what level.
Of all time.
All time.
Oh man. Sheesh. Favorite hooper of all time. Damn. That's tough. That I actually really watched. I'm Timmy D. I'm gonna go Tim Duncan.
Tim Duncan, Mr. Fundamental.
Finally a big.
Yeah,
Finally a
sure.
pick.
Okay.
Oh no, I'm big bias now. I ain't.
That's a good one though.
Yeah,
Yeah, you can't go wrong with the fundamentals.
Yeah. Favorite coach of all time, no matter what level, who made the most impact on you?
I can't answer that one. I can't answer that one.
That always put everybody in the
Put it
pickle.
on the spot.
Yeah, that's tough. Most impact. That's tough. Yeah, I don't know that one. I'm gonna have to double back to that one. I don't know.
Okay. Favorite movie all time?
Damn. Favorite movie of all time? Damn, I don't even know that either.
You gotta have a movie from your childhood that you like.
Just a go-to.
Childhood, just a go-to.
Yeah, that you just watched over and over.
From childhood, Drumline.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
A good one.
That's a good one.
That's a good one.
That's a good one.
Drumline.
Man, that man, Nick Cannon went through some adversity in that movie,
He
boy.
did, man.
Come on, man.
Movie, man. He
Like, cut the man hair off. The man was.
That's what I'm saying. All right.
He couldn't read.
I mean, like, nah, I
Couldn't read music. That's what
right, he couldn't read.
couldn't read.
All right, I'm gonna go with I'm gonna go with dang, what's the Bruce Willis one with Samuel L. Jackson?
Pulp Fiction.
No,
that's
in New York.
You
Die Hard.
Die Hard Adventure.
Okay.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
I
and Bruce Willis.
used to rock the Die Hard hard. I gotta watch it. Matter of fact, I gotta watch it.
Gotcha.
I ain't watched it in a long time. I used to like it a lot.
Favorite sneaker all time?
I'm gonna have to go. I'm gonna have to go to Jordan. I'm gonna have to go to ones. I wore the ones the most for sure.
Ooh. Gotcha.
Three's a close second. My favorite to play in the hooping was the 10s. But
For real?
yeah.
I could never hoop in Jordans. No number.
I couldn't do it too much either. I couldn't do it too much either.
Yeah.
I ain't really like it. People be acting like it's cool. I don't like it.
Yeah. Favorite place to visit?
That smile means Vegas.
Nope. Miami.
South you stayed in country. I've stayed in country.
Oh yeah.
Stayed in the States.
Man,
All right.
feel like you somewhere else.
Yeah. For real.
When they make that face, is it South Beach?
Yeah, I don't gamble, so I ain't gonna say Vegas. I don't gamble at all.
Good Bordeaux, what's up?
Mine's out the country for sure. Favorite comedian all time?
He young. I ain't gonna get this one.
He might surprise you.
Favorite comedian?
I know he's not that much. He's definitely young. I'm out.
He ain't that young though, like y'all thinking.
He younger than us.
I know.
Great about like
Who y'all gonna say?
I know. Well, we
mine's is Eddie Murphy.
Mine's is Chris Tucker.
Bernie Mac.
I'm gonna go with Bernie, man.
He winning.
First psychology,
Been having a little poll.
Yeah.
I got like maybe two people that said Chris Tucker.
Yeah.
He got a bunch that said Eddie Murphy, but most people
say
Bernie Mac.
Bernie Mac.
Bernie.
God damn it.
I got Bernie. I got Bernie for sure.
Toughest player you ever had to go against, no matter what level. Like when you went home that night, you're like, God damn, he was tough.
I mentioned DeJuan Blair earlier. I remember that game for whatever reason. That pick game stood out playing against him. In the NBA though,
All high school.
I ain't gonna lie. Ain't nobody really. I never really felt
at a
like
camp?
high school. At a camp? Nah, not even at a camp.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I mean, I saw good players, but I ain't.
Nah, you ain't go home saying, God damn.
Yeah. And like middle school, high school, the only person I would say that I thought was better than me was Ronaldo Sidney. When he came here, he came from Jackson and played with us. I was like, okay, he good.
Yeah.
Like, he good.
Yeah.
But in the NBA, I mean, shoot, you get your ass busted a whole lot.
Right. Any given night.
Any given night, man. Chris Bosh, I mean, LaMarcus Aldridge. I mean, shoot, it's been nice, man. Andre Bargnani was just.
But he was a sleeper.
Yeah.
He was
the number one pick.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Raptors.
Like, yeah.
Toronto.
You know what I'm saying? He was he was tough to guard. He one of the first bigs that was really, playing at the 3-point line, pump fake and putting it on the floor. Like, he was tough. And then, Dirk was there. It was tough to guard Dirk, too. They just run everything for Dirk. Like he gonna get the ball.
Right.
You can
you just don't know what spot
you don't know where because they gonna run. He can run off of this screen. He can run off of that one. When he run off of that one, he don't get the ball. They gonna screen for him again. They gonna make sure he get it. So
I think here's the thing, right? Because when you watch it on television as a fan, right, you're looking like he moves so damn slow. Like why they can't stop him? But in the game, you like
you can that's what I'm saying. If you know what you're doing, you can play basketball slow. The thing with him, he could play at that speed because his release is high. So he know when he ready up to shoot, he fading back. See, the thing, he ain't trying to get nowhere. That's the thing. He just trying to get a little space to shoot.
And then if you overplay it too damn much, he just gonna lean.
Then he gonna lean. He's still 7 feet. Yeah, he's still 7 feet, so he's still not a finish. I mean, it's Dirk. Like he gonna figure it out. Like, he gonna get a bucket.
Let me ask you this: your favorite NBA moment?
That's a good one.
My favorite NBA moment? Damn, yeah, that's tough.
For you. Like, if you call a body down the lane, you cross somebody.
A couple bodies. A specific play.
Could have just been a game, y'all.
Oh, well, if I had to pick a game when we beat the 24-0 Warriors, for sure. That'd be like the game that I remember for sure the most.
That's the year they broke the record?
Yeah, they won 73 games that year.
They had to be there.
Right, yeah. Right before KD. Yeah, he won
73 games.
They won 73. Yeah, that was that one. They was 24-0. Okay. They came to Milwaukee and we beat them in that game. I had a good game.
Okay.
That's one of the games I remember for sure.
If Greg Monroe wasn't playing basketball, what would you have been doing with your life?
Tight end for the New Orleans Saints.
That's what he started playing.
I don't know what I'll be doing, man. I probably would have maybe played football. I don't know. I mean, I'm 6'10". Would I still be 6'10"?
Yeah.
You saw the dude from Georgia, huh?
Yeah.
He just loved the kid from Overtime Elite, 6'11", Zakeem Jackson. He loved basketball. And they talking about this dude gonna get drafted in basketball. He loved basketball, and he just committed to Georgia to play left tackle at 6'11". This is like the first time
he was a big kid though.
Yeah. He was like DJ the kid from NC State.
Oh, Burns?
Yeah, he was like
that kid. You talking about the kid that grew up with Brownie, right?
The kid that's committed to Georgia?
Josh something? Jazier or whatever. He switch over, right?
Yeah.
That kid big though. Like he should have been playing football for real.
6'11".
He was good in basketball. Yeah, he is 6'11".
6'11".
But he still had an NFL body.
Lord,
we ain't got no 6'11s in the league.
None. I think this is the biggest.
He got drafted.
No, he just committed to Georgia.
He just. Tall one
got to be what? Calais Campbell or something like that?
Huh?
The tallest person got to be like
Calais Campbell about 6'8", Armstead about 6'8".
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Tyron Smith about 6'7".
Yeah, 6'7".
King Dunlap's still in the league. King Dunlap was like 6'9" and like 3/4. Like he was close to 6'10".
Damn.
Yeah.
That's the biggest guy that I know.
Yeah. 6'11", that's
yeah.
You ain't get boy. He about to get paid.
Yeah, he about to get paid.
You know what I'm saying? Does that translate though? I don't know that much.
I mean, he got good feet.
That's a lot of space. You should get around.
Right.
He got moved.
Stop.
All pro.
Right.
One sack.
Right.
Quarterback held it forever.
Last question for you, man. Man, what's Greg Monroe in game, man? Like when it's all said and done, when you're done with the big three, and you put the sneakers up, man. What's your end game, bro?
Well, I mean, it's other things that I'm doing outside of basketball that I'm starting right now, as far as business wise.
Mm-hmm.
Some physical therapy locations and stuff that'll be down here in the area soon. But I mean, I probably end up being coaching somewhere. I mean, obviously, I want to have this program around for a while.
Mm-hmm.
I want this to be a resource for basketball players coming up out of the city, and even outside of the city, and just in Louisiana, period. We're definitely trying to build it up to where it's something sustainable. But just just continuing to grow in the game. Like I said, you know, in the foreseeable future, I'll be working on those physical therapy clinics. I should be, you know, figuring out, you know, I'll be coaching in the NBA at some point, or in some capacity.
Right.
You know, that's right now. That's my goal right now, is just getting into the system on this side of coaching or front office, and kind of working my way up that way. So, you know, I'll always be doing something with basketball. You know, like I said, there's other stuff off the court, real estate stuff, but for the most part, just trying to be a resource for basketball, especially in this area, especially, you know, on the West Bank and in the state.
Right.
I'm trying to have a program that sets kids up that they could count on to help them get to the next level.
Right. Can't wait to see how your nephew, man, Balen Jackson, develops these next 4 years, bro. Just watching him in this summer, plays with a lot of energy, got a lot of length, athleticism. Can't wait to see how he continues to evolve, man.
Yeah.
And especially working with somebody like yourself.
Yeah, I definitely got to get him in the gym a little bit more. We're gonna get to that real soon. But definitely looking forward to his development. You know, and seeing,
Great kid too.
Yeah, for sure. Just seeing how his game turns out. You know, see where it takes him. I'm looking forward to it. You know, I try to be there, but give them their own journey. Because, you know, one thing I try to, you know, tell the kids when I'm talking to them, it's like, you have to take accountability. Whether you think you're young or not, right now is when you have to start making decisions on who you want to be as a player, how far you want to take it, how much work you want to put into it. And so right now, just, you know, I'm just letting him figure out his own journey. But, you know, I'm going to step in at some point.
Right,
kind of
right.
like,
No doubt.
you know, give them direction, of course. But, you know, you have to let them figure it out. You have to let them figure out how they want to attack the game, how they want to approach, you know, their journey. So that's what I'm trying to do right now. But, you know, he'll be fine. All these kids, you know, that's my nephew for sure.
Yeah.
But, you know, all these kids, you know, it's about, you know, directing them and helping them find, you know, where their journey, you know, put them on the right path of their specific journey and where they're going. So it'll be fun. And, like, that's what I'm looking forward to, man. 4 or 5 years, you know, seeing where these kids
For real.
see
who figured it out.
See who figured it out. Or just, like, you know, just seeing where they end up, you know, and then, like, you know, I want them all to be successful. They want to play on the next level. I want to do whatever I can to help them get there. But, you know, that's what I'm looking forward to, you know, and seeing, like, the growth and how they end up and what they accomplish. So, you know, I'm looking forward to it, and, you know, I'm looking forward to just giving these kids the best opportunity to continue growing as a basketball player.
No doubt, man.
I just got one question for you before we end it. How many times you had to show your players you still got it?
I'll be up in there. I just had to, the other day I had to score on them, man. I told them, line up, we're going to play one. Y'all playing all defense, though. We're going to see who actually get a stop. But you got to show them, man, you know, they 13, 14. They going to talk smack. You know,
Right.
Hey, I be telling them, like, I got too many hours on y'all, man.
Not right.
Like, and y'all got so many hours, y'all got to catch up as far as that goes. So it's, you know, it's fun, man. They gonna challenge you, but, you know, you want them to not back down. You want them to have that aspect.
Mm-hmm.
But you want them, you know, I don't like you talk more greasy than me than the other players, though, that you're playing against.
Right.
And that's what, like, hey, you know, have that same kind of energy for who you're really competing against, you know, and that's all I ask of them. You know, I want them to have confidence. I want them to be tough. I want them to be fearless, but have it in the right aspect. Because you ain't playing against me, I'm done. You got it.
Right. Yeah.
You got it. You know, I'm done. But, you know, I just want them to have that same kind of, you know, that same kind of energy for the kids when we compete, and that's all I ask.
Right. Man, like I said at the beginning of the podcast, bro, I appreciate you taking the time out your schedule, man. Don't fellowship with us, bro. I don't take it for granted. Appreciate you for what you're doing with Big Easy, with your AAU organizations, man. My son has had a hell of an experience this summer, bro. With you, Coach Brock, Coach Torrey, Coach Shaky, those kids on that team. It's been a real brotherhood.
Right.
I've been around a lot of AAU organizations, and this has been the most first class organization I've ever been around.
Appreciate it.
Me and Torrey talking about this all the time. Yeah. So, you know, I don't take that lightly, man. I think what you're doing, God gonna only continue to bless you on the back end, bro. So, you know, keep doing your thing. And good luck to you with the rest of the season with the big three, man.
Appreciate it. Yeah, if you need a little bit of luck, we got some work to do, man. We dropped a couple, so we gotta
Three-headed monster.
Yeah, for sure.
Y'all already know what it is, man. Get subscribed. FanView Podcast if you're on Facebook. FanView Podcast if you're on IG. FanView Podcast if you're on TikTok. We still FanView Podcast if you're still on FanView Podcast. We're still FanView NOLA if you're still on X. So we all over all different platforms. Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts. You can always find us. Don't forget to follow G Sports. I can't help y'all if y'all underneath the rock.
You know it.
5K.
25K is
before
approaching.
2025.
Listen, we are now. TikTok is growing. We growing every day. We over 1,000 now. We're growing. We steady. We can't stop. We won't stop. Y'all already know what it is.
No diddy.
FanView Podcast.
No.
It's DatBoyFred, host of FanView Podcast. Tune into the NOTN app weekdays, 3:30 for the FanView Podcast. Go to NewOrleansTalkNetwork.com to watch more episodes of FanView Podcast. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and watch.